Hello, everyone. Welcome to Global Self-Healthcare Education and Research, and it's very newly made TV that is called CelluReva TV. Today, we are going to start a series of episodes on CelluReva, on reversal of diseases, on the power which you have inside you, and which we are not aware of. So, why CelluReva? Why GSHER? So today, in the first episode, I'll be introducing you people with GSHER, that is Global Self-Healthcare Education and Research, to No Prescription Point, a place where counseling and information sharing is the whole motto of the center. And we'll be introducing you with the CelluReva protocol. What is this new name which you people are hearing? So this half-an-hour session today, and at the end of this episode, I will take you little bit inside your own body to make you understand or make you aware what power you people have inside you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Biswajit Mohapatra. If you are new to this YouTube channel, let me introduce myself to you. I'm a practicing surgeon. I'm a laparoscopic surgeon practicing since last 30 years. And today, if I'm sitting in front of you, it is because of the observation which I did in my last 30 years. To be very frankly, we meet most of the times in hospitals. Yes or no? Because there you come with certain problems, with pain and agony, and we people are there in the hospital to reduce your pain and suffering. Since last so many years, I've been watching you people. And in fact, I was also at a certain point of time in need of help of modern medicine, and because of the routine or life which I led just like you people. Fine. So whenever I see a person who is in pain and agony, and whenever I can always feel their pain and suffering. I always used to a question, you can say questions to pop up in my mind. If somebody would have been there to guide this person, would or he or she would have been here with this type of things, and you will not believe. Every time the answer comes from here, from my heart. Yes, this person could have avoided. It is not 1%, 2%, or 30%. It is almost 80% of people could have avoided the hospitalization or the suffering if there would have been someone who could have saved, who could have taught these people about their body and mind. So this I used to think from the beginning of my career. I started my practice in 1998, and by 2002, I was aware of a very different thing. Though I used to operate every patient, the recovery was different for different people. So I was observing this. I was asking a small question always in my busy schedule: why this person is not recovering faster? Why this person is recovered faster? And ultimately, I found out that it is the body, it's the human being who are different. Fine, they are different, so the recovery is different. But in modern medicine or textbooks, this answer was not there at that time, at that particular point of time, because we were taught to treat, not taught to preach. So there was a gap. Though we had knowledge, though we could have been trained on that, but our primary aim was to treat you people when you come in this pain and agony. So the journey started long back, but because I was so busy in my own profession, because the number of patients was so high volume, so I never thought that I'll be working on this aspect of being a doctor. So what happened? In 2010, after 12 years of my practice, I myself uh, faced the tuning, you can say. That was the time when I was thinking, how come I am having so much problem with the knowledge? Which I'm a doctor, I'm a surgeon, I'm of the leading surgeon of the city. I'm so busy, I'm curing so many people, and I'm doing everything for everyone. But why me? And I found I was doing everything wrong for myself, for everything good for others, but everything wrong for myself. And the journey started there. And today, if I'm sitting here today in front of you, is because of those introspection and those you can say unlearning and relearning of about the human biology, about the biological intelligence we'll be talking about in this age of AI. How can this BI is more important and more powerful for at least for our health and for a human being. So, ladies and gentlemen, this led me to, with the steps like last 10 and 12 years, I've been working on this field. And today, if you're watching this CelluReva TV, it's a cumulative effect of all those things, all those research, all those studies, all those experimentation, which I did with my own people, on my own patients, and with my own body. So let us, when I was working on this path, so I was thinking that um, if there are, because that was the time 2011, 12, and 16, 17, I was doing a research on why the people are, why the number of patients are increasing, why the patient load is not decreasing, though we have more hospitals, more doctors, but still my stress level was very high because of because of handling more and more patient. And during that time, alternative medicine was also growing simultaneously very rapidly. So yoga and other homeopathy and other alternative treatment practitioners were also getting recognized, and a lot of spiritual gurus who were teaching about health. But I found that everybody who had been there are around 80% of people, they used to follow somebody. They used to have something. Because in the core of our heart, we want to stay healthy till we die. So we always take something. We always follow people. We always follow the gurus. We will follow the instruction given, the information we get from our TVs and our newspaper and our things. So we try to apply those things in our body. And the people used to do that, but still the number was improving, getting bigger and bigger. And that was the time I was thinking, what may be the cause? And I found out one very specific, very basic thing when I discussed with my patients, especially those people who were suffering, especially the people suffering from cancer, the terminal diseases, and diabetes, those chronic diseases, hypertension. All these people were talking. There was one thing very common in all those people, that somewhere during the course of the time they had very less information, or they were living a life on misinformation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you one very important thing. Information, now we are living in an era of information overload. So the information is so big, but in that sea of informations, there are in misinformation. You know one thing, there's a very thin line between information and misinformation. And we do not know when we cross that thin line, and we spend whole of our life on misinformation part, thinking that to be information. So I was thinking there has to be a way to uh, pass on the right information to the people who are really in need of them. There I was, as a doctor, I was thinking I should uh, make people aware about their body, about their mind, about their what to say, about their body physiology and everything they do. Let me connect science with them. Let me teach them the why they should do all the things which they are doing, and why and what are the reasons behind that. What is the secret behind staying healthy? Keep this body healthy. It's not that, okay, I'm going to give you some new information in CelluReva. I'm going to bring all the information which was there for health to you in one basket. I found that the information, in the part of like in modern medicine, we have fragmented the disease treatment. Like somebody is treating the abdomen, like I'm a surgeon, I'm quite good in my surgery and abdomen. Somebody in a heart specialist is very good in a heart operation. A neurosurgeon is very good in operating in brain. So in modern medicine, we are fragmented. We treat body according to the organ. So we are very much organ specific doctors. So in disease care, so let me, before going further, let me clarify one more thing. What you people call healthcare sector, it actually is a misnomer. In Hindi, it is very clear that it is Rogi Kalyan Kendra, Rogi Seva, but in English, it is healthcare system. So it is exactly a disease care center. There we take care of your disease. We never talk about your health. You, we treat your disease, so temporarily or some cases permanently, you come back to your natural health because of your body's mechanism. But exactly in a hospital, we treat it. We are a disease care professionals. I consider myself to be a disease care professionals. When it started coming to health, I found that health field, this health segment, it was more fragmented than the disease segment. Here, everybody is talking about something and telling that this is health, and everybody talking very confidently. Some people teaching yoga, are telling that yoga is the only one thing. If you do asanas and all the things, because a common man understand yoga as pranayam and asana, he doesn't know the science behind it. Though it has a big science, there's a wonderful things which our ancestors have really understood that, and they were talking about those things. But during the course of time, that because of lack of good teachers, it has been it has remained the pranayam and what do you say? This asanas become yoga. So a common people think if I go and do few asanas and I'll be healthy. So it was given, and that's a big claim that it is going to change your life. There is a certain group of people who I call it psychologists. They think that only when it talk about mind is mind, we will talk, will aware people about their mind, that we can build a healthier society. The spiritual people, they start talking about spirituality and the mind power, and they think that this will bring the health. Then there are certain group of people who are exercise specialists or they are gym people. They told you do the exercises and you will be healthy. There's a nutritionist group of people come out and they told you eat, then everything will be reversed. So everybody had big claim, and the common man, as a common man, you people do not have a way because you do not have the knowledge. You think the person X person is talking this, so he may be right because he is an expert. Yes, he's expert in that field. I don't say they are not, they do not know, but our system is like this. They are good in that field, but you have that much of information. So he's claiming that this is good, and somehow, in some extent, to some extent, he's correct also. So now the come in this health field, it's more fragmented and it's a bigger bazaar, I can say. Here everything is selling, everybody is coming up with a claim and they will try to sell you the things. They're selling you the things. You eat this, you will be healthy. You do this, you will be healthy. You follow this and you will be healthy. And here the people start bleeding more than what they were bleeding in the modern medicine. Modern medicine, there's no alternative to it. I'm a modern medicine practitioner. I have a lot of respect for it, and because it is result oriented. We save lives. But in the health field, there's nothing. Nobody is having no liabilities are there. So what they say, no responsibilities you can say, or nobody can challenge you, or nobody can claim anything once they don't get it. So that field was growing very fast. And there I was, because I also in my 2010-11, when I had my problem, I was also looking into that market, that segment, how I can stay healthy, how can I do something, how can I reverse myself back to my normal things, normal body and mind. And when I started seeing these things, I was confused. Then I thought, being a doctor, if I'm getting confused, what about a common man? How can he or she will be able to what do you say, judge or can take a decision, because he doesn't have much knowledge. I'm as a doctor practicing for 12 years, studying for 10 years, or 22 years. I never had knowledge about much about health. And what about a common man? That gave me to write something about, to give some information towards health. And there, this book, Care for Your Health, this book, Care for Your Health, came into the picture. Here, I have started writing about care for your cells, care for your heart, care for your breathing, care for your gut, care for your mind. So everything, about this body and mind was, I wanted to write that we let people read this book, because this book will give them a insight into their body and mind, and so that I will bring something, I will bring the information closer to people's hand. This book did really good. It encouraged me to, because it became a bestseller in 2022, and I thought I'm serving people. But during that period, something happened. COVID came in between. COVID came in between. So I started talking to people who have read this book, and I was talking to them. So most of the people, what they told me, they studied the part which they were thinking of reading. So what happened? They started, somebody who was aware of, who wants to learn about the heart problem, he read about heart. Somebody had a breathing problem, he read about breathing. Somebody had a gut problem. So people again started reading this fragmented information. So, and during during that period also, I came across few of the most advanced biological research. People were, when the modern medicine was going to treat diseases in like this, modern biology or cell research are also gaining a lot of importance during that period. So what happened? I was reading those things. How the cell, which is the unit of our body, human being, we are made up of 37 to 40 trillions of cells. How these cells are so important, I'll be talking about that little bit at the end of this seminar. So I was thinking, so that when that I found that uh, talking to people about organ is, again, I'm fragmenting the things. So what can it if but I found that if I go on teaching about the cellular level, because all the organs are made up of cells. So if we can keep the cell healthy, then our organs will be healthy. Because organs are nothing. The disease in the organs are because of the failure of the cells, and that opened up my eyes. So I started talking about the cell care. Even this book, the first chapter is care for your cell. So here, the in 2007 and 10, I between that period, I came across there were a lot of development in the cell biology. Till then, people are thinking that our DNA or where the codes are being written, like for if I'm diabetic, my code is in a diabetic code is written, so I'll have to suffer from diabetic. So we were thinking we're the slave of the codings which has been there in our genetic code. So we were feeling helpless. So we were thinking we do not have power. If I'm born like this, maybe this will I have to live a life like that. But the newer research was talking about that it is not the genetic code. There is something else is playing important role. Something is affecting something above the genes. We are controlling the genes and their coding system and their expression and the disease manifestation. So I was surprised. So I started thinking, can I teach my people, my patients, about this, about the power they have inside them? And there started my journey on the cell care. It took me 3 to 4 years because the moment I started talking about cell care, people got confused. They cannot understand anything about the cell and what is this cell. Because till now, after 4 years also, though I have because the more and the further programs when you go, you will be able to understand that how powerful we are. I have to simplify those scientific research findings into layman's language. Into layman's language means I have to talk to your language so that you can understand them. So my journey in the cell care started, and I was thinking alone it is not possible. So I have to write something now on cell care, how to take care of the basic unit of our body and what it needs. It's so simple. And remember one thing. And now you'll ask me one question: why our cells are important to us? I'll be coming to that. Fine. Now I was thinking I need a organization who will be now dedicating itself to teach people about their own body and mind. And that's how Global Self-Healthcare Education and Research was born in 2023. Fine. So with the aim and objective to integrate the system of health uh, and to teach people about their body and mind. So it has to be with the human biology. The person has to understand what they are made up of, their intelligence inside their body. I call it biological intelligence. One has to be aware of their body, and one has to about their physiology, what's going on in their body, about their psychology, about the mind, about the nutrition they have to take, about the breathing, about the the intestines or things, the anatomy and the basic mechanism of human digestion. about the, like I give you example. Everybody, every day I see patients who tell, sir, I'm doing exercises. I walk for 5 kilometers. I walk for 10 kilometers. Somebody says, I go to gym every day. Somebody says, I do meditations. Somebody talk, everybody talk about something. Everybody do something for their own health. Fine. And then they ask me, sir, if I'm doing this, why I'm falling into the type of disease? Because of the lack of information, though they are giving time, though you people are giving time, though you people are really spending is very important part of your life and in doing things, and because of the lack of knowledge, the results are not coming. Because everything has its own principles. If I'm walking also, there are certain rules I have to follow. If I'm doing some exercise, there are some principle of exercises. If I'm doing a meditation, I should do it in a proper manner. Fine. So everything needs a teaching behind it, a scientifically how your body is responding to that. And because of it is not there, so I have to structure the things in such a way, integrating all the knowledge available till date into a structured formula and take it to the people. So when I was writing my second book, this Hustle to Healing, this is the first book on cell care. This Hustle to book healing, I had to discuss a lot with my publisher because he wanted something, the person, because the basic thing which I've been told that people don't read nowadays. I don't agree with that anybody. People do read, and because of our mind attention span is now very less, so people want something to just go on fast reading. How can I write something in such a fast manner? So I wrote a book. This is a parable. This is a parable. I call it a parable. This book is written in a story format, when in the conversational manner, so that if you start the page one, and everything has been explained, the opening to the application, everything has been written in a conversational way to make you people understand easily, and you can read the book in one go. So this cell care has come. So when I was thinking of cell care, so I have to give a name to this new method. So the CelluReva was born out of this. What is CelluReva? CelluReva is nothing but it is called cell, from cell, celluchem, and revival comes for Reva. So reversal at the cellular level. Reversal at the cellular level is CelluReva. So CelluReva, so we have to, so I have to give this knowledge of whatever is there till date into a certain way. The knowledge is so big. If you talk about yoga, yoga has got, if you say, 8 limbs of yoga. All this yama, niyama, pranayama, and all these things, the 8 limbs, everybody, because whenever somebody goes and teach yoga, they go on talking about this. It's become a philosophy. So it's never being applied practically. So this is where CelluReva comes to the picture. CelluReva applies all the 8 limbs in its 4 phases. Fine. So how it is going to affect? How CelluReva will give you? Why I am telling you that it is the reversal at the cellular level. It's reversal at the cellular level is because it's reversal at the cellular level. I'm talking about this is because our body has got a homeostatic mechanism. I call it homeostatic mechanism. The science, not I. It's a science called it homeostatic. Whenever anything wrong goes in our body, it has got the capability to revert it back, to bring it back to the normalcy. So if you will ask me now a question, if our body has got that capabilities, then why we are falling into the type of diseases? That's a genuine question. Because our body from our birth, and I tell you one information is very important, which is statistics, that 95% of people are born healthy. They come to this world with all the necessary instruction and instruments already installed in our body to keep ourselves healthy for rest of our life. Fine. But what we do, we fall into the type of disease because somewhere we start ignoring those the instruments, or we have abused them in such a way that they fail. When they fail, disease enters. So we allow our, because health, by birth we are healthy. It's our birthright. But we invite diseases into our body. Remember this. We allow the disease to enter into our body, so we can stop it at any moment. We can drive them out from our body at any time. Suppose I will give you a small example. Suppose you have kept your door open and the thieves enter into your house. What will you do? How can you drive the thief out of your house? You should have some weapons with you. If you have a pistol with you, I think you can drive them out from your house easily. So now the question comes, when the disease enters, so do we have those type of armamentarium in our body to drive them out? Yes, we have. And now you ask me, what are those things? Yes, CelluReva is going to talk about those things only. We have the armamentarium inside our body. We are fully capable of driving anything out of our body and keep our home safe. This is our claim. This is the science. This is the biological intelligence. This is your biology is talking about this. When you talk about medicine, when you talk about modern medicine or alternative medicine or anything you talk about, then reversal is not accepted because we don't see them. Modern medicine believes in the, what do you say, the statistics. Now, in medicine, they call it remission. When I have 100 and I'm having somebody suffering from a cancer, so we have operated them, so he called them a remission. Diabetes coming with the sugar coming into the control, you call it a remission. But remission is not reversal. Reversal is when your all the cells become again healthy and you get back your own health. That is the most important. Now, coming to the picture. So here we are supposed to be aware of our armamentarium. Now here comes your body and your cells. Your armamentarium are not in your heart or not in your lungs or not in your gut. It is inside your cells. The chemicals it secretes, the energy it generates, and the repairing power it has got, the information highway it has. So everything is there. Only thing that you should be able to now understand them. You have to know about them. You have to aware of your power, and you should know how to apply them. The way I applied it in 2011, 12, and 13, that was, and I could overcome my own problem. That is exactly what you are going to do. So CelluReva is reversal at the cellular level, and biologically it is possible, though modern medicine has not yet claimed reversal, but we have thousands of examples all over the world where reversal is happening. We call it in the modern medicine miracle, but miracle, I always say, is happening every time. If you are if you are watching this video, it may be a miracle happening to you. If I am sitting in front of you and talking, it may be a miracle. So miracles always happen around us. You should have an eye to understand or I always say, to realize it. So do you have the eye to understand this? So here comes the magic. Magic do happens. Reversal do happens. And it is not done by anything which you take from outside. Externally, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you do, how much of things you do, but it is not. When it has to be from the internally. Because reversal happens at the cellular level, and you have to understand the cell now. The first step of cell care is you have to understand your cells. I'll just touch because of time constraint. I think we'll touch the cells. I'll tell you what is a cell and why it is so important. Fine. And the next episode, next Sunday, 7 p.m., we'll be talking about the armamentarium which we have there. So let me tell you, our cells are if you talk about this intelligence of our cells, and if we say we are intelligent, okay, we are intelligent. Our intelligence is according to our age. Remember this. Our intelligence is according to our age. Like if I am 58, 59, my intelligence is 59 years, and the experience which I had, the books I have read, the people I have met, the things I have listened, and the things we have ate, all the things makes our intelligence. But your cells, you have 37 to 40 trillions of cells. You know how much intelligent they are. And we'll stop after this. how much intelligent they are. Try to understand this. They have the intelligence of 250 billion years of evolution. You will tell how. You know, 750 billion years ago, on this earth, there are only single cell creatures were there. We call it algae. Fine. They reigned this world for 250 to 300 billions of years. And then there was sudden climatic changes. There were changes started happening on this planet. There were planetary changes happened. So now when these changes happen, these single cell creatures, or we call them algae, they were not able to survive the changes which are happening. Fine. So what happened that time? So they thought we have to survive. Like every time, every day we try to survive. So they try to survive. Fine. So what happens then? So they started staying together. They started coming together in fives, tens, hundreds, 200s, thousands, and they found that they are able to withstand the differences which are happening around. So they become more and more clever. So now from tens and thousands, so they become started in millions, then in billions, and that journey continued. You know, during that in between, what happens? The sum of the cells, they started thinking. They decided not thinking. They decided we'll not do the everything. So what happened? They started we'll do only one thing. So somebody told you I will be I'll do the job of only nutrient supply. So they became a circulatory system. Then somebody told I want only information to get that. So they become a nervous system. Some cells that together they told I will do the excretion or the intoxication part. They become our kidney, liver, and all those things. So gradually there is a division of labor. If we see the modern society, division of labor was not 100 years old also in our society. But our cells were doing it millions of years ago. They started doing so from that same cell, these are the same cells but started doing different functions, and they started together and they formed organs. These two organs are formed, and so now today which cells we have, I mean the same cells, those cells which have been evolving since last 250 billions of years, and now those cells are within us. So they are more intelligent. You don't have to when you take a banana, it will be converting into going into the blood, requiring things will be going to different places. You don't do it. Your heart, you don't beat it. Your in digestion, you don't do it. Your metabolism, you don't do it. So what is there? So they do it according to the right way. They have their own way, principles. Only thing is that we have to maintain those principles. We have to just understand them, what they want. They're very simple creatures. They don't need much. They don't need superfoods. They don't need a lot of things to stay healthy. So these are basic things which you have to understand. And we are diverting from them. So we are making them sick. They are trying. And ultimately, when they fail, then disease enters. So ladies and gentlemen, next episode we'll be discussing about the different armamentarium. What are we're talking about our cells. So don't forget to watch our next episode. It will be a continuation journey, because I want that CelluReva should be known to everyone. Everybody should know that they have the power to reverse. It may be hypertension, it may be diabetes, it may be cancer, it may be anything. You have the power. I'm going to talk about science only. I'm going to talk about, I will go show you the path. You have to walk on the path. Are you ready for that? If you like this episode, kindly like this video, subscribe our channel and be a part of us. I guarantee you will be learning something new and in a very structured way, not random way. Thank you very much. Good night. See you in the next episode.